In this video, I'm gonna talk about how you can increase your rates as a video editor. And the first step is to drop your hourly rate. You might be confused. You might ask, why the f would I drop my hourly rate? If I drop my hourly rate, I'd start making less money. So how does that make sense? Let me explain. Let's keep it simple and let's say you make $20 per hour. And imagine a video takes you like 5 hours to edit. That's $100 in 5 hours, which is okay. But we can actually increase this. How? By dropping it to like 6. Or maybe 10 maximum. What I mean by this is you need to start working more on your projects. Yeah, you could make those $100 in 5 hours. But what I did when I was making that much is I would just spend 10, like I said. But why was I doing that? It's because if you're working at $20 per edit, you can't go much above that because you're not doing anything to increase that. But if you drop it to like 10, this is where you're not pressed on time. So you're gonna start exploring your curiosity. You're gonna try new effects, not half to edits, and the video is gonna end up being better. And so is your editing skill because you'd learn something. And guess what that means? Now your $20 potential might increase to like 25 after just 2 weeks, and you'd still have the choice to edit at $25 per hour. But now that you're at $25 per hour, your rate where you practice your editing skills in that project is gonna be a bit higher. It won't stay the same. I mean, sure, if you decide to spend even more time, this is when you can skyrocket your hourly rate, but that will be at a cost of making still $5 per hour. But yeah, the more you spend time refining a project, trying out new things, the more you're gonna increase your maximum potential. Let's first talk about what you can do during that time, and then I'm gonna explain when you can actually try and max out your potential. Now that you understand the potential of increasing your hourly rate, let's talk about what you should do when you actually decide to drop it so you can eventually increase it, as we said. Let's start by the intro. You can start it off with like adding basic PNGs, some subtitles. I don't know what you editors do because I actually try in my videos. And yeah, you could technically do that whole intro in 20-30 minutes. But guess what I would do? I would try something. Like, it might even be dumb. You never know. It could technically come out way better than your subtitles you were gonna do. And I would spend like 4, 5, 6 hours. I once spent 2 days on just an intro. That's because I tried Blender, and that software is hell. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just learning the layout takes you at least 2 hours, 3 hours. Learning just how to pan like the camera, it's so annoying. But I just tried. I just followed the tutorial to learn the basic stuff. But eventually when I got the basics down, I made like 3 scenes, all that would last like 2 to 3 seconds. Each one of them took me, let's say, 3 hours, which is 12 hours in total. Plus the beginning where I just learned the layout. I probably spent 18 hours in total. I'm not even exaggerating. So yeah, I used those scenes. I told my client I was gonna delay the project, and guess what he said? It was dog shit. He didn't say it was dog shit, but he just said he didn't like it. But I had to remake the entire intro inside of DaVinci, something I already knew. In your head, you might think of it like just a waste of time, but think deeper. Did I waste my time? No, I learned. This might sound wishy-washy, but the next time I opened Blender, the scenes that I made were usable. And guess what this gave me in turn? I increased my hourly rate. My maximum potential at editing might have been back then like $35 per hour, but with just learning this, I might have increased it to like 38. This might not sound like a lot, but eventually, when you just keep on trying, you can get, like I did, to like $100 per hour, even more. Think of it as investing into the future. Now I can make 3D scenes inside of Blender. I don't have any problem with it. But guess what you dumb motherfuckers would have done? You would have just done what you already knew. The subtitles, the PNGs, as I said, and that's why you still haven't increased your income. And now let's talk about when you can use your maximum potential. It's not gonna be now. You need to wait a bit. You need to learn how to edit. It will be at the point where your maximum potential would be 100, 150 per hour, like mine is. And this is where you can try to do volume instead of quality. Because now, beyond $100 per hour, you can't move the needle that much more. So to compensate for that, you can use your maximum potential. This is when you're gonna start making like 1,000, 1.5k in a day, just working on pure volume. And yeah, guess what? You now have the skills. Now you only need to use them. And when you know something, editing is not that hard. It will be now a system that you have made yourself, and you just need to follow it. Because editing at this point is pretty straightforward for you, and it shouldn't take that much time. And you're gonna be pumping out content, so much content that you could make 10 20, maybe even $30,000 in a single month. I'm not even exaggerating. In February and March of 2024, I made $10,000 while still being in school. This means I would be working like 3 hours on school days if I want to go to the gym, maybe even 2, and on the weekend I would work 8. So yeah, if you want to max out your hourly rate, just do it. I don't give a f, to be honest. But if you want to achieve great goals, there's no place for that at the moment. You need to increase your capacities before you try and do volume. You could sacrifice that 2k month for a 10k month eventually down the line. That's it from me. If you want to have me as a coach and help you get to 5, 10k per month way quicker, you can check out the link down in the description. But if not, that's still cool. You can watch this video next.